I've been a deputy sheriff for the past 27 years now. Very active, I do a lot of different things, hunting, fishing, running, and sports, just very active in a lot of different things. And then just recently, I want to say within the past year, I came across an injury that pretty much stopped me from doing a lot of it. It turned out that my knees, both knees, just for lack of a better term, stopped working. I couldn't bend, I couldn't walk down a slope, I couldn't walk up steps without pretty much holding onto the rail. And even though at my age I know that I'm 54, that's no reason for me to be holding on to the rails. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. I tried to fight it for a very long time. I thought I could work it out myself, try to run through it, and that didn't work. And then I met someone from your company that was very knowledgeable, very helpful, and we were able to set up a game plan and a routine that I was, at minimum, overly impressed with what this product did and how it helped me recover and get on with doing what I like to do. At this particular point, I've been on the H2O, I want to say roughly 3 months. The improvement that I've seen on my knees has been almost 100% fold in return on the recovery. When I first started, and don't get me wrong, there was some other things that we did. We added acupressure and acupuncture to our program for what I needed to do. But what helped was the water was able to give me a recovery time and a response to the working out and therapy. It enabled me to recover faster. And what I noticed is that when I would do my therapy and my workout, if I started to, let's say, show signs of working out like sweat and getting tired, I noticed that when I took the water before I started my workout, that was longer before that came into play. So I could actually do my workout longer without being as tired. And then when I got done, I would just immediately come home and I would take some more of the water, and my recovery from the workout was faster. So as to say, before, if I didn't do this, let's just hypothetically say it would take me 30 minutes to recover. With this water, I noticed it was pretty much cutting it in half. So I would say that I was able to go about my daily routine quicker and not have to worry about being tired from the workout.
Right.
So it helped in those two ways initially. Those were the two things that I saw the fastest. I want to say that I saw the first sign, I would say I saw in about 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
And what I noticed there was the ability to recover faster is what I started to notice. Not dramatic, but just, wow, okay, hold on a minute. And I would see little things that I think you could only pay attention to if you had some kind of workout background. Initially, because I was down for over a year, I was up to about 200 pounds. And now I'm down to roughly, I'm battling between 187 and 190 right now. It's just, it's enabling me to do what I need to do to get back to where I was. So process is going to be a little long, but I know that with the product that I'm using, with the trusii, if I say it right, it's going to help me get there.
Yeah.
It's going to help me get there. It's going to give me that step I need just to kind of push forward. So it's working out really well. So I've been breaking dirt, say about 2 to 3 inches, and when you're breaking it out in an 81 square foot area, that can wear you out. And with the temperature being up in the 90s to 100, and it's the 3rd week of June, you're going to need something. And here I am drinking a lot more of that water, and it's carrying me through the work that I needed to do, and it's enabling me to do more work longer. Now, some people will say, well, any water can do that. Okay, I'll put you to the test. I say go for it. Let's challenge it. If I'm willing to stand by it, and I'm no fly Kappa-Phi, then this is blue collar. This is anybody can understand what I'm telling them. and it worked. I was able to go 3 days without, any kind of issues. And then obviously by the third day, you feel it. But the interesting part was I sat down, relaxed, did my thing, did the water like normal, and the next day, which is when we're here today, you saw me out there, finishing up, carrying the bricks and throwing the dirt and finishing up. And I was done, 81 square feet by myself, So, yeah, does the water work? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't say enough about it. There's no way I could have done it. There's no way I would have been able, there's no way that I would have been able to pick up those bricks, walk them across uneven ground, set them down, go back, get some more, kneel down, put them in place, lay the sand out on top, underneath, and work and try to get everything all level, and then go back and get more. Wouldn't have happened. I guarantee you it would not have happened. I'm able to stay, on task with what I'm doing. You're not drifting because you're either bored or you're just, not really paying attention. Memory is a lot sharper. I'm remembering things that either I needed to do to get done, less time spent in writing it down. If somebody asked me a question about, hey, do you remember what happened a couple of days ago? We did, oh yeah, we did this, this, and this. So the memory is back. The focus is more on task, which is not as frustrating as it would have been from before. Saying, oh, I forgot or I don't remember. So those things are not in the picture anymore. I can sit back and we'll talk, person to person, kind of like what we're doing right now. And the response time that I would give to you won't be as slow. So, you could ask me a question and I might sit there and look at you for a minute trying to remember. And then, I'll bring it out. Now it's almost like I can respond before you get done. And that's good. Response times are just a lot faster. When you get older and you've got kids and they're coming to you for things, they're asking you questions, they're doing this, and you're sitting there kind of like, I don't remember we had this conversation. It can be frustrating. It can be bothersome to you because you know this, but how come you don't remember it? And to be able to say, oh yeah, we did this, this, and this, it keeps you more a part of the conversation, a more productive part of the family of the family unit. So that helps, yes, and it does help with your confidence. And I think anybody that knows, they forget things or they're constantly forgetting. Nobody wants to hear their kids say, Dad, he don't remember. He doesn't know. And then when you're sitting there and now that's changing to, hey, Dad, or hey, Dad, you want to do this? Yeah, let's go. Let's go do it. Or hey, you guys remember this? Whatever the case may be, it's a better feeling for me. And I think that anybody else that's been in my situation that understands that would be looking forward to that want again to be part of that conversation and not just, oh, he doesn't remember. So something to think about. If I was going to tell somebody about why they would want to get the H2, I would say this. You need to take a look at what you're doing now and ask yourself, do you want to improve on that? Do you want to be able to recover faster? Do you want to be able to go out and take a walk and do whatever? Do you want to go, for the guys that hunt, and they all know what I'm talking about, are you tired of walking on uneven ground and your knees hurt or your back hurts? Are you tired of having someone else do your work for you? As a guy in the house, you still want to be productive. You don't want to be, pushing it off to somebody else. 20 years ago, if you'd have asked me about this water, I would have said, why? What's the big deal? Now I see what the water does because of the injuries that I've had, and I see the recovery that it's allowed me to have. And I can't see any other way for someone to not want to try it and not want to invest in the water itself and the, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, and the unit that produces this water and produces it in a certain way, that all it's going to do is improve what you're doing. And if you don't want to sit around at home and you don't want to be someone that's being cared for by somebody else, this is what you want to do. You want to give it that shot and you want to try it. Keep an open mind. Be willing to test it. And I think once you do that, you're going to want it. And I can't see any other way around it. And this is coming from a blue collar guy.
Absolutely.
So I highly recommend, I strongly advise it. can't say enough about it. You can't even say thank you. It's way past that. So that's what I would do.